just like to say that I have to congratulate Iowa on an incredible season. Awesome. And I want to personally thank Caitlin Clark.
For months, WNBA coaches and players treated Caitlin Clark as if she were just an ordinary rookie.
No whistle there. Van Loo thought she was fouled. Here's Clark off to the races, ahead for Wallace. Perfect. Clark sees two.
They dismissed her impact, overlooked her record-breaking achievements, and even tried to convince the world she wasn't extraordinary. But now, the truth is undeniable. Caitlin Clark is simply too big to ignore.
Harrington all over her. Clark eyes up. Bounces to Boston. Boston one-on-one with Jones will flip it in.
The same coaches who once refused to recognize her greatness are now showering her with the praise she always deserved. Why? Because the so-called stars they tried to elevate ahead of her have completely flopped. Missing easy layups, prioritizing TikTok trends over their on-court performance, and proving to the world just how overhyped they truly are.
And Angel Reese knows a ring is coming.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark continues to dominate, outclassing her competition, proving she's a generational talent, and making her doubters look foolish. She stands alone, no equal, no debate.
Clark, step back, handoff Boston, she'll give it back to her, good ball movement, Samuelson's open, and she delivers with a three.
At the start of the season, some WNBA coaches did everything they could to downplay Caitlin Clark's impact. They treated her like just another rookie, despite the fact that she was already the biggest name in women's basketball. They dodged questions about her, shifted attention to other players, and tried to create the illusion that she wasn't as special as everyone knew she was. But there was one problem. The fans never bought into the narrative, and more importantly, neither did reality. Caitlin Clark has been putting up numbers so incredible that denying her greatness is no longer an option. Now, WNBA coaches are singing a different tune. Suddenly, they're praising her work ethic, leadership, and game-changing ability. They're finally admitting what fans have known all along. Caitlin Clark isn't just a great player. She's a face of women's basketball.
Plays it in.
Breanna Stewart, 4 NCAA championships at UConn. 4 times she was the MVP of the Final Four, the most outstanding.
Some coaches have even gone as far as calling her the best shooter they've ever seen. Others are praising her elite basketball IQ and how she elevates everyone around her. But here's the thing, these aren't just compliments. They're confessions. Confessions that they fought the inevitable and lost. For months, the WNBA and the media pushed a different narrative. They desperately wanted fans to believe that someone, anyone, could be on Caitlin Clark's level. But reality has made one thing clear. There is no one like her. They hand-picked their chosen one, a player they propped up as the next big thing, someone who was supposed to rival Caitlin Clark and even outshine her. But there was one problem. She flopped. Fans watched in disbelief as the so-called star missed wide-open layups, struggled to make an impact, and spent more time focusing on social media than improving her game. The WNBA's attempt to manufacture a rival for Caitlin Clark completely backfired. Instead of rising to the occasion, this player only exposed a massive gap between herself and Caitlin. Now, the WNBA is stuck in an embarrassing situation. They tried to pretend Caitlin Clark wasn't a star, but their hand-picked alternative has only proven that Caitlin is miles ahead of everyone else. Every attempt to downplay her greatness has failed. Every effort to push another player ahead of her has collapsed. Coaches who once ignored her are now forced to praise her. She's putting up numbers no other rookie has touched. She's bringing in more fans, more revenue, and more media attention than the entire league combined. She's outplaying so-called superstars who were hyped for years, and now she stands alone. No equal, no debate, just greatness. This season started with doubt, jealousy, and people pretending Caitlin Clark wasn't the biggest thing in the WNBA. But now, they've been forced to face reality. They watched their own propped-up stars fail in embarrassing fashion. They've seen Caitlin Clark put on a masterclass in what true talent looks like. And now, they have no choice but to give her the respect she's earned. It's too late to pretend otherwise. Caitlin Clark isn't just a star. She's a legend in the making. Clark's meteoric rise in the WNBA has forced even the most respected minds in basketball to acknowledge her greatness.
Deliver. We talk about
Clark has the big honor. Sobley thinking about taking her. Clark gives it up. Mitchell, a wide open wing three is good.
But what makes their praise significant isn't just what they're saying. It's who they are. These aren't casual observers or media pundits. They are some of the sharpest minds in basketball. Their words carry weight because of their own accomplishments, their expertise in player development, and their deep understanding of what makes a true basketball icon, like Stephanie White.
A similar question to what I asked Caitlin, to know that Dawn praised Caitlin on the stage out there with all that Dawn means to women's basketball. What does that mean for you in terms of who Dawn is, and what does it mean to know that Caitlin is not done? She is going to continue to be a big deal, and for hopefully many years to come now as a professional.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Dawn Staley is the leader of women's basketball right now. She's our Olympic coach. She is the person that we are all looking up to. And she's somebody that when she says something like that to a player, it should make them feel really good. So I'm thrilled that she acknowledged Caitlin and her greatness. I really am. I think that Caitlin's going to continue to have this kind of impact in the WNBA Indiana's doing well with their ticket sales. I know Las Vegas just had to move to a different, bigger arena when Indiana comes to town. So those are all really good signs that, women's basketball is in a...
Indiana Fever's head coach, Stephanie White, knows what it takes to build a championship team. She once led the Connecticut Sun to the playoffs and has returned to Indiana for one reason: to restore the Fever's championship glory, just as she did before, both as a player and a coach. White has been around true WNBA stars her entire career, first as a champion player and then as a coach. She understands the difference between hype and genuine greatness. That's why her comparison of Caitlin Clark's popularity to Taylor Swift 2.0 carries so much weight. She acknowledged Clark's humility despite her fame and emphasized that her celebrity status wouldn't distract from her dominance on the court. The fact that White sees Clark as a megastar, not just for her play but for her ability to handle fame, is proof that Clark isn't just an elite player. She's a transcendent icon in the making. Then there's Christy Sides, the former head coach of the Indiana Fever, who has had a front row seat to one of the greatest rookie seasons in WNBA history. With decades of coaching experience at both the college and professional levels, Sides compared Clark's competitive fire to Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Steph Curry, some of the fiercest competitors the sport has ever seen. She also likened Clark's leadership and drive to Diana Taurasi, a WNBA legend known for a killer instinct. When coaches with this level of experience speak so highly of a player, it's not just praise, it's confirmation. Caitlin Clark isn't just a rising star. She's redefining the game.
Long embrace and some kind words for after the game in the handshake line. Just wondering if you wanted to share what those were.
Well, there's not a whole lot of strategy. You got to guard her. Nobody else seems to be able to guard her. We didn't even guard her last year when we beat them. She's just a generational player, and she just makes everybody around her better. That's what the great ones do. I think they had a kid that scored 21 and 18. She had 12 assists. Caitlin Clark's not going to beat you by herself. It's what she does to make those other teammates better that helps her score points and them score points to beat you. What did I say to her? I said, I sure am glad you leaving. I said, girl, you something else. Never seen anything.
She witnessed firsthand how Clark carries herself, how she leads, and how she responds under pressure. For a coach to compare her to Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, and Steph Curry, three of the greatest killers in basketball history, proves that Clark isn't just an elite shooter. She's built differently. It confirms that Clark possesses a mentality that separates legends from merely great players. Clip 13. Curt Miller had a few words for Caitlin Clark as well. The two-time WNBA Coach of the Year praised Clark's skill set, comparing her to Sue Bird and Becky Hammon, two of the smartest and most dynamic point guards in WNBA history. Miller noted that Clark possesses Bird's pace and Hammon's scoring ability, making her a rare hybrid of two Hall of Fame talents.
Think about the great point guards and post players that our game, not just our league, but our game has seen. They are going to go down as the greatest. And I'm excited about the opportunity to work with them. I'm excited about the opportunity that we have to build from those starting points and build out, and for the longevity that those two could have in Indiana, in Indianapolis, and hanging banners in this building. All of those things are so exciting. The future's really bright.
But he won't be the last. The living legend Mike Krzyzewski also had a few things to say about the WNBA phenomenon. Having coached NBA icons like LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, and Kevin Durant, he knows exactly what makes a player truly great. The five-time NCAA champion called Clark remarkable, praising her elite playmaking, passing, and resilience. He specifically highlighted that she's a franchise cornerstone, a once-in-a-generation talent that a team can build around.